This is The Sport, an open and honest conversation about life and love and everything in between with me, STL Yamumo. Coming up on The Sport.
Do you feel that sometimes humans take a lot for granted?
We do, quite a lot. I didn't start thinking about the small things until I got sick. We always spend our lives looking at all the bad things. Think about it. You concentrate more on stubbing your toe than the fact that you woke up with breath in your lungs today. And we tend to put our mentality very fast around the negative and forget the positive that is going around in our lives. And then we take for granted our friends and family and say, I'll see you tomorrow. But tomorrow is not guaranteed.
True. So let's go back to 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2018, you got diagnosed just before going for your introduction?
So I got diagnosed maybe 3 weeks before we were to go for my introduction. That's when I started getting sick. So we had to postpone and cancel everything because I wasn't in a position where I could do any form of celebration. So I was supposed to have to make the introduction without doing a formal introduction.
Yeah.
Now they started getting to know each other as we went for multiple doctor visits where my mom would come or my dad would come or both of them would come together with my husband so that we are just on the same page.
At that point, were you worried that because sometimes we're humans, everyone is human? Did you have any worries? Because now doing the introduction means you're getting serious into this, and then here you are, you're not well. What were you thinking of?
Of course, I had reservations and worries because one, being in hospital and your parents are supposed to be the person who's your next of kin.
Yes.
But now you've been living with someone who now is now going to be your husband, and he also wants to make decisions for you.
Yeah.
And just trying to integrate the two of them and hoping and praying, because I wasn't there to mediate, hoping and praying that the two parties will get onto the same page. That was scary. And then two, I had to ask myself, am I ready to be a mom? Am I ready to see these people all the time in my house?
Yes, because sometimes it is okay once in a while,
yes.
But then permanently
it's a challenge. I look at fashionable stepmom and I give kudos to her. She lives with the children every single day. I am very grateful that I have a mom on the other side who's very supportive, who if I have a challenge, I can reach out to her and we can have a conversation. So just having someone else on the other side who's very, very mature, being the parent of these children, and who also gives you guidelines of, in my house, this is what happens, so that when they come to my house, it's not two different rules. And then also just having someone who, she sat the children down and told them, when you go to Susan's house, you have to follow Susan's rules because that's her house. So also just having that and having that support system, even not having asked for it, is amazing.
Wow, you're blessed. We live in a world whereby there are expectations from people around you. And people will definitely, it goes without saying that when people get married, kuna kuanga na zile stories, now they'll start checking 1 year,
10 years.
They're checking, they're still checking. And people asking questions of when are you, formalizing this union? Because they still feel probably that it's still not formal enough for them, for the outside world. Yeah.
True, there's a lot of pressure on women to have babies.
Yeah.
And I often wonder, why should you push someone to have something that, one, they're not financially equipped for, two, they're not emotionally equipped for, and three, they're just not ready. They just don't want it at that particular point in time. So for me, because because I counted, once I made my introduction, I counted that was when we started being husband and wife. Yes, I'm doing my formal ceremony at some point this year. I'm really excited.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So, I was dealing with a lot. I was dealing with an illness. I was dealing with a new family that I had to integrate. And I have a particular vision for how I want to raise my children. And I'm not willing to compromise it just yet. And people are giving birth even when they're 45. What's the rush?
Sometimes I always feel like women are not at liberty to choose whether or not to become a mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, for the longest time, I never thought I wanted to be a mom. I always thought I'd be that cool auntie.
Yeah. The slay auntie.
With my kavodo, my whiskey, giving the children some money chini ya meza. I always thought I'd be that auntie. And then I got my own kids and I'm enjoying them so much. Yes, I'm planning to have one kid, and I will have that child when I'm ready at my time. But I already have two amazing children, and I consider them my children. I take care of them like they're mine. So, essentially, to me, I'm already a mom.
You are?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
And it's awesome to just look at the kids and see how you guys resemble. No one will tell they're not yours, like biologically. Yeah.
Every time someone tells me, my husband and I look like brother and sister.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, even on my Facebook post, I have a lot of men saying, but you look like brother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's the spending 24 hours a day together. I don't know. But yeah, it's pole tulianza kuonana.
And the watoto tu wakafuata
tu. I think my only worry now, I hope my baby shall also fuata those same genes.
Now look at it this way. Probably atatakuwa like more of a twin, because already you and your husband, you look like
so true.
Like brother and sister. So the child will just be like,
atatokea tu afanani.
My goodness. Do people come and ask you such questions, and how do you deal with that?
I am yet to find someone who's point blank asked the question. Or are you meaning the question of getting pregnant?
Yeah.
Okay. There I've had multiple people. One from a doctor who insisted that the cure to my illness is getting pregnant. And in my mind, I was like, honestly, there are so many people living with this illness, or rather these illnesses. And yes, it's true, for some people they get better, but for the majority they get worse. So why would you want to push that upon me? And even away from that, I believe just the worry of from my parents of, will I be able to have children as time continues, given that I'm having more and more illnesses coming upon my plate, which I believe have ended, and I will be healed in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
I'm a warrior and a conqueror. But I believe chronic illness it does not encompass my entire life. I am beyond that. Someone once told me, when a tree is getting sick, it starts releasing its fruit. And I was like, are you comparing me to a tree?
People can be so, they can be rude. Yeah,
it's
can
being
be so rude.
Yeah. A woman's tries to have a child or not, and then you also don't know in the back if they're struggling to have a child, if they've been wanting to have children for a long time and they're struggling, or they really just don't want children. It's up to them. And when they have a baby, go and tell them congratulations. But if they don't have one yet, mind your own business.
Yeah. But I think it's a high time people start minding their own business.
Yes.
But I feel that people always have an opinion towards someone else's life, on how you should live your life, how you should do your things.
Every morning when I wake up, I will count no less than 10 DMs of, try this miracle plant, this miracle drug, this miracle I don't know what. And I'm always like, dude, there are so many people around the world with this illness. If your treatment actually worked, many of us would be on it. And two, yes, I know you're coming from a good place trying to tell me to try something new, but don't you think I'm trying? Especially those people who are like, you just need to think positively and you'll be fine. It's really rude to tell someone that if they think positively, their pain will go away. Don't you think if we can think our pain away, we would? Who would want to be in pain all the time?
No one.
No one.
No one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that question of, I hope you're better now. Yes, I'll never get better, but I'll feel better today. So another thing is, I hope you're feeling okay today is a better statement than I hope you're feeling better now. Like myself, I always feel like, am I supposed to be getting better and I'm not?
I think also sometimes people don't know how to react in certain situations.
Very, very true. And that's
Yeah.
why I stopped letting it get to me.
Mhm.
Because I realized most people are asking the question out of ignorance.
Yeah.
Yes.
How has COVID been so far for you?
Amazing.
Wow, that's good.
I think 2020 for me has been my best year. My business has taken a step forward. My farm has taken a step forward. I've gotten more intertwined with the people in my life, and my relationship has grown even further with my kids. It accelerated my bonding with my kids because they were also at home, so they spent a lot of time with me. We got cats.
How many?
2,
Okay.
Cookie and Oreo.
I know of a friend who has 5 cats.
If I could, I would. Honestly.
Okay, I can't survive one, so
Like in my farm, I've just started building the house in my farm.
okay.
So once it's complete, I plan on taking a few more cats there. Jones, don't listen to this podcast.
Cats. You know the worst thing about cats, Nee?
Mm.
They're everywhere, in the seats and in the kitchen, in the bedroom, in the sitting room, everywhere. So, and what happens is if you're wearing black trouser, black skirts, black, you see, you already have cat fur.
I have cat fur everywhere.
Yeah, that's the problem. I can't keep up with that. No.
The day I really knew my husband is in love with me is the day he allowed me to have a cat. Given that he has allergies
He does,
and my son has allergies.
but you still keep cats.
But they got over it in a few weeks.
Okay.
But the fact that both of them, because I had to sit down with both of them and ask them, and they took a few months to respond back. And my son even took me to pick the cat,
Wow.
and he loves them, he pets them. So just giving me that option, and my children are dog people and not cat people, but they still are excited about my cats because I'm excited about my cats. That's the day I knew my family has truly gelled.
Wow. Indeed, you are blessed.
I am.
You spoke about a support group. What support group are you in, and how does it help you out?
So I'm in 3 different support groups. So one is for rheumatoid arthritis, the other is for fibromyalgia, and the other is called CTDA. It's actually a registered group, Congenitive Tissue Disorder Association. So for the 4 groups, for me, it's just having a community of someone who is going through the same thing. Someone who I can tell, for example, my memory is horrible. If I don't keep it in my calendar, forget, it's not gonna happen. So just to have someone else sharing the same stories, like I shared in the group that I put sugar instead of salt, and I knew I was putting sugar, but my mind was just so fogged up, I thought sugar was the right thing. And then someone else told me, yeah, may I put salt in tea. Just having someone to tell me that I'm normal,
It's okay.
It's okay, it happened. That is really important. And having someone else that you can say, I'm depressed today, my illness is weighing on me, and having people there to say, I love you, I'm sending you hugs, I care about you, is so important.
Okay. And do you feel that sometimes humans take a lot for granted?
Quite a lot. We do, quite a lot. I told you I didn't start thinking about the small things until I got sick. Like, for example, I'm having headaches because my neck has straightened. Instead of being curved, it has straightened.
Mhm.
So if I hold my phone for longer than 5 minutes, my headache immediately comes. Such a small thing wouldn't happen to a normal person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or that feeling you have when you wake up in the morning and you're not hit with pain. I wake up in the morning, the first thing when I open my eyes, the first thing that hits me is pain. I run for a painkiller. So we all forget the small mercies the Lord has given us to be able to take a breath without feeling pain. I never knew how many breaths I take until my chest started paining, and I noticed every single breath because every single breath caused us pain. So those small things, and not appreciating the people around you, because I can only imagine what my husband, what my children, what my friends and colleagues go through when I am unwell. How it takes an emotional toll on them. My son the other day commented, "I'm so happy that you can spend more time with us because you're not sick all the time." So you take for granted that circle around you and how much it means to you and how much they care for you.
There's something I saw on your social media.
Sure.
You wrote, spend every day like it's your very best.
Mm-hmm. So I recently got COVID last month.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Uh-huh.
And I think when you get COVID is when you realize how serious COVID is. That first week wasn't the best. And I had such a tight community around me, checking up on me, from my boss calling me every day just to find out how you doing, how you feeling, calling me to give me tips. Which boss does that? And I'm talking about our MD. I'm not even talking about the head of sales. My MD used to call me. What kind of love and care is that? My colleagues, my family, my friends, and I felt like we should spend every single day celebrating who we are as individuals because we are amazing. We always spend our lives looking at all the bad things. Think about it. You concentrate more on stubbing your toe than the fact that you woke up with breath in your lungs today. And we tend to put our mentality very fast around the negative and forget the positive that is going around in our lives. And then we take for granted our friends and family and say, "I'll see you tomorrow." But tomorrow is not guaranteed.
True.
Yeah?
Yet you have now. You're not busy, but you're thinking, okay,
exactly.
I can do it tomorrow.
You stop yourself from enjoying that piece of cake, that bottle of wine, because you're like, nah. But you don't know about tomorrow. So celebrate today. You've been given today. You have it. It's with you. Celebrate it. Let the people that you love know that you love them. Let the people that matter to you know they matter.
Wow, I feel like we've exhausted everything we needed to say. I don't know, do you feel there's something you really, really want to talk about?
Not really, but I should say, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and she was asking me why I say marriage is happy.
Uh-huh.
And marriage is a very happy institution. You should not be sad or angry or annoyed in a marriage. Marriage is an open place without judgment, where you can come to your partner and your partner will treat you like an equal. But you have to make the right choice.
Which is?
What your parents used to always tell you, marry your friend. Think about it. Someone in your life has told you that.
Yeah.
Marry your friend. And we never think how important that is. But it's really important.
Marry your friend.
Marry your friend. Someone who you can come and say, I've gone to the bathroom and some things have happened, and you explain what those things are and they don't get disgusted.
Yeah.
My husband used to carry me to the bathroom because I just couldn't. I couldn't walk to the toilet. And he waits there and I finish what I'm doing and he carries me back. You need someone where you're comfortable doing that without feeling like you're going to cringe. My husband understood for 3-4 days when I couldn't shower. I had to sit on a chair to open the shower to shower. And he understood that. So having someone to get that is so important.
Very important. Very extremely important, because I think sometimes we choose to be with someone when things are okay, but when things are not okay, we don't want to be there. But it takes someone special to be with you in every season of your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to choose someone who can be there for every season. Most of us, when we are choosing, we think about they're handsome, they're beautiful, they have the funds that we need, they have everything put together. But you never think about, will their character work with mine? Will their ambition work with my ambition? Do they want to go the same place I want to go? Are their beliefs the same as mine?
Yeah.
So those small things your mom, your shosho, your auntie used to tell you when you're young are so true.
And sometimes also I think their ambition or whatever, they could be different, but do they support you? Are there to support you, to say, I don't understand much in what you do, but I'm here just cheering you on and giving you all the support you need.
When I say ambition, I don't mean we need to do, like, if I want to be a CEO, he should want to be a CEO. No, what I mean is, like for myself, when I'm 60, I want to travel the world.
Yeah.
When I'm 50, I want to have had a shelter for animals.
Wow, okay, that's interesting.
I want to support people who are unprivileged but can perform all the way from high school to university. So does he hold the same character I do?
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't, then he wouldn't be able to support me to do those things. On my husband's end, he has a goal to be the best real estate agent in Africa and to sell some ridiculous figures. And if my character wasn't the same, I wouldn't be able to support him. He has a vision for how he wanted to construct on his farm. And if my vision wasn't the same as his, we wouldn't be doing that construction right now.
Exactly.
If our vision was I wanted to purchase and he wanted to construct, it would be a clash.
Yeah.
So it's those small things that we never consider that make or break the marriage.
I was listening to something yesterday, and it's from a Chinese lady who said that we should do and keep the things that make us happy.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. Trust me, you were created and put in this world to prosper and to be happy and to be joyful. You weren't put here to suffer.
Yeah.
And it should be, even while you're going through a hard time, you still have something in your life that makes you happy. Never forget who you are and what makes you happy, because you're the only person who can make yourself happy.
Happy yourself.
Yes. Happy yourself. I like that word. Happy yourself.
Wow. And that's why we get to wrap things up.
Yes. I have truly enjoyed being here.
Thank you for coming.
Anytime.
Where can people get to interact with you on social media? Oh yeah, you're coming back again, right?
Sure, I'll come back again.
Yeah, you'll come back again,
Yes.
talk about motherhood in detail.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be fun. So you can reach me on my social media handles. I am Miss Susie Njoka everywhere.
Susie
double ZZIE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. It's that
Anytime.
time to kiss and say goodbye.
Mwah. Bye guys.